be honest, we're still trying to get to grips with it.
We have new right-wing extremists, much more younger.
The spread of fake news, like a virus.
In my point of view, we underestimated the problems with right-wing extremists.
The problem is that the general public opinion actually forgot that it's here.
I don't want to say that there is a kind of blind spot regarding the far-right extremism, but during that time, of course, they reorganized.
Some of the leading websites were established before a lot of the mainstream media were able to act.
And what we didn't see growing in the background, and I think we're all culpable here, is this strange, this whole new kind of virtual world taking on a very tangible identity for people online. It's taken a white supremacist narrative to draw young people in.
Now they are much more modest, much more comfortable, much more mainstreamed.
Nowadays, speaking online with someone through different tools which allow you to see the person actually can create an atmosphere of a passionate relation. Very true, honest, and direct.
The outlier for me is whether that the keyboard warriors will become the urban youths that the extremists want.
For all radical trends, COVID is a gift, okay? Because people are isolated.
It's really easy in the situation of the crisis to prepare the fake news.
A lot of conspiracy theories.
For them, it perpetuates their narrative that mass migration and fluid migration between countries is dangerous.
We see already that there is a risk of reciprocal radicalization, like the one is feeding the other one. I mean, so it's a big concern.
I think we should be open-minded to share opinions, but I also want to be a bit careful as a researcher to jump to conclusions.
Well, we need to review our indicators to be able to detect all signs of radicalization.
I can see governments now putting a lot more resource into not just into the online space and targeting service providers, but actually how do we tackle disinformation?
Very important is educational activities. Not only educational activities for staff, but educational activities for society.
What we need to do is try and somehow adapt our own outreach into the online space.
We can see scientists all over the world sharing results, struggling together, and it is not inflating conflicts between groups.
We can observe a growing approach to the community type of everyday life.
It's inside the population that we have seen that solidarity, which were spontaneous, which was with no interest behind, like the politics.
It is disadvantage to them when mankind come together to fight for its common survival. They want to see a struggle between different groups and not a struggle that unify mankind.
I think one of the silver linings has to be that people are getting closer to their families, albeit digitally, during this lockdown. And that in itself must be establishing a protective factor that we can't really measure right now. So I'm cautiously optimistic.
They start to look at their neighbors as friends, as people who share the same situation. And this brings the connections between people who none of the extremists can break.